This is Module 6, Lesson 18. Read the objective with me while I read it out loud. I can draw symmetric figures on a coordinate plane. So yeah, we're going to use that coordinate plane and draw symmetric figures using more than just the one coordinate plane. We're going to actually use all four sides of the coordinate plane. All right, we're going to start with fluency. We're going to go back to make larger units. So as soon as you're finished, come back and check your work. All right, so hopefully you're getting faster and faster and faster at this and seeing the relationships. So 1/2, 2/5, 3/4, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 2/3, 1/5, 1/4, 2/3, 1/4. Now we're moving straight into our application problem. Dennis buys 8 meters of ribbon. He uses 3.25 meters for a gift. He uses the remaining, remember that? The remaining ribbon equally to tie bows on 5 boxes. So what is he doing? He's taking the remaining and splitting it between 5 boxes. How much ribbon did he use on each box? So this application problem reviews subtracting decimals and dividing decimal numbers by single digit whole numbers. So this is going all the way back to module 1. So try it out and come back and see how you did. All right, so this is a 2-step problem. So step 1, subtract 3.25 meters from 8 meters. So I did my subtraction of decimals, ended up with 4.75 meters. So here's a picture of it. Here's 8 meters altogether. 3.25 meters were used on a gift, and the remaining is 4.75 meters. And I have to divide this by 5 other boxes. So 5 divided by 4.75, and you end up with 0.95. So the answer is Dennis used 0.95 meters of ribbon on each box. All right, if you didn't do this correctly, go back now and see if you can do it successfully on your own. Moving on, we are going to go to unknown angles. Unknown angles. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use that ruler again and draw a 4-inch line segment. And let's try to draw it in the middle. Let's draw this in the middle of our page. And we're going to mark one side A and one side B. Now, we're going to measure out at the 2-inch mark. At the 2-inch mark, we're going to mark a point C. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a 30-degree angle opening to the left from point C with AB as one side. And then we're going to label that endpoint D. Okay, so we're going to use our protractor and we're going to draw. I have to mark it way over here and then connect it. You can use the others. Now, you don't have to make it this long if you don't want to. I think I'm going to just make it this long. Oh, and we're going to mark that as D. And we know this is 30 degrees because we just measured it. Now we're going to draw a segment symmetric to CD about, remember, this is about this line, about the line of symmetry here. And we're going to label that endpoint F. So we could measure it this direction. And we're going to label that F. Now, if this is 30 degrees and this is 30 degrees, what would a line that is perpendicular? What would that be? So we're going to draw an angle less than 90 degrees. So you were right. You were going to create a perpendicular line segment, and you know that the remaining, what would be the remaining part? What would be missing? What angle would be missing if you measured at 90 degrees? It would be 60 degrees right here, right? That would be a 60-degree angle to here. Now, we're going to draw an angle that is less than 90 degrees, opening to the right, opening now to the right from point C. Okay, so now we're at point C. Now we're going to draw an angle that is less than 90 degrees, and a 90-degree opening to the right from point C with AB as one side, and label it E. So if we're measuring here, and we have to be less than 90 degrees. So how about 80 degrees? Why not? Okay. And we don't have to make it that long. We can make it a lot shorter so we don't lose it. Okay. So, and we're going to label that E. And we know from here to here, that was 80 degrees. All right, now. If you know that a straight line has an angle, so ACB has to equal how many degrees? A straight line. Well, it'd be 180 degrees, right? Now, if over here you have an angle of 80 degrees on this side of the line of symmetry, if you have an angle of 80 degrees and have an angle of 30 degrees, what is missing here? What is that number? How big is that angle? Well, you could add 80 plus 30, right? And that equals 110. So you could take 180, subtract 110, and that would give you this right here would be a 70-degree angle. So do you see the way we pieced that out? All right. Now, what if we did this same thing on this side? Let's go ahead and try it. So here is your protractor. And now I'm going to go 80 degrees here. I'm going to make more sense to do this. All right. Now they're opposite angles. Opposite angles are equal. So, and then this would be 80 degrees, and then this one would be 70 degrees. That's how you figure out unknown angles. This is how you figure out what angle measures what. go back to what you know about a 90-degree angle, and knowing that a straight line has to be 180 degrees. That's how you solve and figure out for unknown angles. All right, that will do it for our fluency for Module 6, Lesson 18. When you come back, you are going to need it's attached, this page right here, it's attached to your problem set. It's Lesson 18, it's the Lesson 18 template. It's page 281. And that's what you're going to need. Probably a straight edge or your little, I can't think of the name all of a sudden, this little straight edge here. Or you can even have a ruler. And if you want to have different colored pencils, you can do that as well. So when you come back for part 2 of Module 6, Lesson 18, you're going to need this and you're going to need your tools.